Realistically, this had to be a bug or a glitch. No one in the right mind would have been able to do this without knowing some code or is the developer that somehow screwed up the coding. Although you still never know if someone actually hacked the game, because IO games have a reputation for something like this. But no, it was a bug. And if you thought this was bad, you have another thing coming. How about this? You cannot even move. And if you can move, you can barely move. This all messes with my introvert mind. I cannot stay with too many tanks near me. Let me out. Let me out of this hell. I say that, yet I try to swarm right into this mess. All in the name of content. Oh, and by the way, when I said you cannot push them out, you really cannot. They are just stuck here. If you disconnect without removing your tank, then it just stays here forever. Where is this giant ass annihilator when you need them? Could you just imagine the score you would achieve? Well, that is if they gave you score, which they do not, sadly. But if they did, just imagine how much you would achieve. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million? It would be the fastest 1 million, 2 million, 3 million ever. And you can put that in the world records, if they even still exist. Getting a high score because of a bug. When have I seen that before? You can create the Arasio version of Where's Waldo. That is, if there was a player called Waldo in here, sadly there isn't. You know, someone is going to try and control all of these tanks for their own personal gain. At least here I could easily get out. Not too many of them have spawned in yet. But as time went on, it certainly filled up. And it filled up to the point that you can not even enter it without some giant force pushing you. Also known as the Annihilator Bullet. It's easier to reach the center with the Annihilator's recoil, bullet recoil. Now, after seeing all of this, do you know who I feel the most sorry for? I feel sorry for this player here, with 3 million score. Imagine you had the run of your life and now you have to deal with this pile of garbage. I would be so incredibly pissed off. Wait, hang on. Did they also disconnect? No, they did not. They are still on the leaderboard. Unless it doesn't refresh, then I don't know. How about getting inside the claustrophobia with Ranger? Some would say it's impossible. But I had the luck of one random player who wasn't even trying to help. They helped me get in somehow. After a sheer amount of force and willpower with maximum movement speed, I managed to get closer and closer and closer to the center. Why, you ask? Who cares? It's for fun. Imagine you stumbled on Arasio for the very first time, and this was your very first experience. How the hell would you react? Would you stay? Would you leave? Do you think this would be normal? Do you think this is not normal? Would you try and make it worse even though you have no idea what is happening? What would you do? I would simply find another server to play on. Personally. Sadly, I didn't get to see it, but the developer nuked the entire base. Both bases. No, it's not been fixed. The developer just simply destroyed everything. So the glitch still remains. And of course, players still try to multibox because they cannot even fathom the idea of not multiboxing. They want that sweet, sweet power. But it doesn't make you any better. On the topic of multiboxing, it could, and this is a stretch, could be useful in Sandbox. Nowhere else, but I do not encourage it. You will probably get banned. Actually, not probably. You will get banned. The server closed and it's reset. So this ends this chapter, or does it? Another 2 Mays spawned. And at the moment, I believe it still hasn't been fixed. So more of this did happen. But there is one thing you may have noticed, and it's one thing I did not realize until the servers restarted itself. Why the hell was the green base in the top left corner instead of blue? Why did it switch? This was very trippy. Was this also a bug? I don't really know at this point. I don't really know anything, except the fact that this was a bug, so a lot of the things I said about Synexio were completely unwarranted. Well, most of them. And now that a bug is gone, as far as I know, I will go back to destroying every tank in existence. As usual.